welcome to my channel. So as you probably saw from the title, I am doing a first impression / unboxing on the new Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. So it's still in the box, haven't opened the box. And before anyone says anything, it is in the brown box because I didn't get it direct from Jeffree Star's website. I got it from an Australian website called Princess Polly, which is one of his distributors of the product. So if anyone's from Australia or even overseas and wanting to order it off there, I will link it down below for you, as well as the Jeffree Star website link. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like. Just took it out of the box. First impression already, this is really heavy. I didn't expect it to be that heavy, I'll be honest. This is what the little box looks like. I really like that colour, it's really pretty. So it's got just the androgyny, the Jeffree Star symbol. It's got like a maroon coloured. On the back it says 10 jaw-dropping shades, vegan, cruelty-free, long-lasting, buttery and delicious. Here is our version of a neutral palette. Let's go ahead and open it up, shall we? I'm so excited. Oh, I die. This is huge. How many shades has this got? 10. So that's what the front and the back looks like. It says Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Androgyny on the front in pretty gold writing. And then obviously you've got your trademark Jeffree pink colour. And so the actual palette's in like fake snakeskin sort of look to it. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm going to show you guys first. I haven't even looked at them yet. I'm just going to open it straight up like this if I can. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Holy crap, the pan sizes are huge. I knew they were big, but damn. I think the heaviest part's the mirror, so that's got a really nice mirror in it looking at my face in it. It's a really good mirror. I can't get over the size of these shadows. So I'm gonna jump straight into doing some swatches for you guys. I think I'm gonna swatch this shade Frosting for you guys first. I'm gonna do that on camera. And then I will swatch all the rest on my hand and then just show what the swatches look like. So I'm just going to do like one swipe across the whole pan, not that I want to, but I'm going to. So one swipe, and that is super buttery, super pigmented. I wasn't pressing very hard either. I'll just swatch it onto my hand, see what it looks like. So here are the swatches of the top row. So that first one up the top is Frosting, and the second one down is called Safe Word. That second one there is Charmed, and then the second last one is called Deja Vu, and that one looks absolutely amazing. It was super pigmented, one swipe, and that's how pigmented it was. I'm looking forward to using that shade. And then that bottom one there is of course Dominatrix, and that also looks gorgeous. Okay, so here we have the bottom row of the shadows. Anyway, so the top one is Androgyny, and I did have to do 2 swipes to get that colour there, but there is still a lot on my fingers. I don't know, it wouldn't transfer onto the back of my hand. But anyway, so that second one there is Fetish, and that one swatched quite well. It does have a hint of glitter to it. It's not completely matte, but you could probably still use it as matte. It's basically matte. And then the third one there in the middle, that one is Military, and that one's not showing much on my skin tone either, but it is a beautiful army green. I don't know how I would use that in an eyeshadow look, but I'm keen to experiment one day. Alright, and then the next one is called Poison, and that one's just like a dark bluey colour. And then that last one there is called Swallow, and I actually thought this one was going to be darker than Poison because in the pan it looks darker, but it's actually more of like a dark aqua blue, where Poison is like a, I'm not going to say muted blue, but like a grey blue, if that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so far first impression, quite impressed. They're super pigmented, super buttery. They didn't feel chalky or anything like that, not that I would expect that from Jeffree Star. I'm not really sure what was going on with that bottom row. They did seem a little bit less pigmented to me than the top row, but I don't know if that's because I was just swatching it with my wrong hand. But we will move on to an eye look now. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wing it and pick some of these colours and see what we turn out with. I'll try and use as many colours as I can, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. Okay, so as you probably already saw, I've already done all my base makeup, so all my contour, obviously my eyebrows, foundation, stuff like that. I did all that because I purely wanted to base this video on the androgyny palette, just so I could go a little bit more in depth without having me do the rest of my makeup in it, and everyone who wants to see the palette, let's be honest. So I'm just going to dip into Safe Word as my crease transition shade. I've only dipped in once, so let's see how pigmented this is on my eyelids versus my hand swatch. So I'm just going to pop this just right in the crease and just blend it out. Getting quite a bit of fallout off my brush. That is a gorgeous shade. So I just dipped in once more and I'm just building that up a little bit. That is gorgeous. I'm going to grab the shade Charm now, just on like a pinched, fluffy crease brush. What is this one? This one is Nude by Nature blending brush. Just going to buff this into the crease as well, just to give like a nice like orange flush, I guess, to my crease. Oh, I love both these colours. I thought this shade was going to be a lot like more orange, to be totally honest. Like, it's clearly orange, but I've used 2 of these shadows so far and I'm shook. Like literally. These are blending effortlessly. I'm now going to jump into the shade Androgyny just on this XO Beauty blender brush. Pop that just like under my crease and on the outer V. Oh my gosh, that's pigmented. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I didn't want that all the way up there. Oh well. Be warned, these are really pigmented. I only dipped in there once. But it blends out pretty easily. Just going to go back in with that first brush that I used, just a nice fluffy blender brush, and just grab the shade Charm just to wash over the top of that colour that I put down before, because I underestimated how pigmented it was and we got a little bit crazy. So I'm just going to use this shade to help me blend it out a little bit more so it doesn't look as harsh. I'm going to pick up the shade Fetish now on my MAC 217 brush, and I'm just going to dip in there once because it was disaster last time. Okay, so I'm just going to try and focus this just on my outer V and try and blend it up a little bit into my crease, but mainly focusing on that outer V area. Oh, this colour is to die for. I'm going to pop a tiny bit on my lid as well, like I am now. I kind of wish this colour was completely matte. That would have like made my day, but that's alright. Again, this shade blends out just as beautifully as all the others. As for the glitter that's meant to be in it, can't really see much shimmer to this shade, to be totally honest, once it's on my eye. It's sort of got a tiny sheen, but nothing too drastic. Like I said, this colour's pretty much matte. It's got a tiny little hint of glitter in it, but nothing too crazy. I think I love this palette, guys. It's gorgeous. I still can't get over the pan sizes. Like, everyone says they're big and you're like, yeah, okay, they look big, but when you actually have it, it's like, they're huge. Okay, so I think I'm going to jump into the shade Dominatrix now, just with this Jessup tapered blender brush. And I'm, again, going to concentrate that right out on my outer V, and I'm going to blend it down a teeny tiny bit, and I think I'm going to put blue on my lower lash line. See what that looks like. I really like all these colours mixed together. Like, it gives a nice, like, burgundy, reddy coloured eyeshadow look. Still quite natural, but a little bit out there still, but easily walk around on the street like this without getting weird looks, if you know what I mean. I feel like you could create a super natural look with that first top row, because it's got some really nice neutrals on there, and it's got those two shimmer shades. Create a nice halo eye with that first row, actually. That would look really nice. I might put Deja Vu on like half the lid, and then I might put Frosting like on the other half of the lid. Okay, so I just picked up the shade Frosting on this XO Beauty eyeshadow brush. It's just like a flat concealer like brush is what I'd call it. And I haven't wet this brush or anything, I've only swiped it once, so we'll see how pigmented it is with a brush. So I'm just gonna pop it onto like the middle part of my lid, I guess. I'm just gonna pack that on nicely. And just up to the crease. This is a beautiful colour. I don't even need Fix Plus for this shade. This is gorgeous. I'm just going to jump into the shade Frosting just with that same brush that I just used. I just wiped it off real quick. So I haven't wet this brush either, so we'll see how pigmented it is. Oh. Can't decide if these two shades go well together, but oh well. Okay, so I am having a little bit of fallout with this shade here, the Frosting shade, but that's okay. I can live with that. I don't think I ever want to take this eyeshadow off. So I'm just going to take that shade Poison on a nice, small, fluffy eyeshadow brush just to do my lower lash line with, and I'm going to put this like on the outer half of my lower lash line. I hope this looks good, because otherwise it's a fail, isn't it? You know what? That doesn't look that bad. Just gonna dip in once more just to blend all these shadows together. I'm also flicking it up a little bit into that top shadow just to like make the transition nice and smooth. So this shade here as well is just as pigmented, it's blending just as nicely. I'm trying to be a bit more precise with this shade. It's working quite well. This eyeshadow look is actually coming together really well. Now I'm going to jump into the shade called Swallow, and I'm just going to put that on the inner half, not really inner, the other half of my lower lash line, and I'm going to blend it together with that darker blue as well. I'll be honest, these two shades look very similar when they're mixed together, or side by side. I feel like I'm like resembling like a peacock or something. Okay, so I just picked up the shade Dominatrix on this like flat definer brush, and I'm just going to run that under my lower lash line, really tucking it in to my lashes just to sort of blend the bottom and the top together. And I'm also going to pop a brown coloured eyeliner in my lower waterline there. Up that fluffy brush that I was using before on my lower lash line, and I'm just going to use it without any extra product just to help blend that brown and blue together. So if you weren't too keen on that blue lower lash line there, you can always just obviously repeat what we did on the top to the lower lash line, but I wanted to try and use every colour, so this is what we came up with. Just going to pop some brown eyeliner in my lower waterline. I'm just going to pop on some false lashes and mascara, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are done, and this is how we are looking now. I actually love how this turned out. Of course, the eyeshadows were gorgeous. They blended beautifully, super pigmented, but I'm loving how this look turned out. I wouldn't normally do something like this with the blue on the bottom. But yeah, move on to some lipstick now. So I think it's going to be rude if we don't use the Jeffree Star liquid lip today. I was going to use the colour Androgyny, but I really don't know if it's going to go with this look or not. I think I'm going to go with the Old and Faithful Celebrity Skin, just to play it safe. Okay, so here's how we're looking with the lipstick on. I'm actually dying. I love this. This looks gorgeous. Okay. I love this palette. I really hope Jeffree Star comes out with like a proper neutral palette, because these are stunning. I don't think I said it in the intro, but I didn't try the Beauty Killer palette. I don't know. It didn't call to me for some reason. I don't know why. I just wasn't really interested in the shades. They were beautiful shades, don't get me wrong, but there wasn't enough mattes in there for me. Like, I love me a good matte palette. That's why I was so drawn to this palette here, because all those mattes just... Okay, so my overall opinion, I think you need to buy this eyeshadow palette. Beautifully pigmented, beautiful colours. If you're a little bit scared of the bright colours in it, don't be. I created a pretty neutral look on the top of my eye anyway, and then you've got some brights in your collection for Halloween, dress-up parties, stuff like that. So I think that pretty much sums up my video. I give the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette a thumbs up. If you are wanting to purchase this, I'll leave in the down bar the link of where I purchased my one, and I'll also leave the Jeffree Star website link down there as well if you want to buy it off his website. But other than that, I'm all done here. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to me, as we can all tell I'm fairly new to YouTube. And if you liked this video, give it a like as well. And if you have any suggestions of what you would like me to review next, or what you would like me to do with my next video, just leave a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.